Okay, so I got up and got going this morning. It was dark and mostly uneventful trucking outside of the pretty views you saw. And we are just north of Little Rock, technically in North Little Rock. And since I'm not hazmat, I figured we'd go down through the city and I'll show you the city. It is November 5th and it is 65 degrees. Just for anybody that's never been down here. Obviously those of you that are from here, you'll know how warm it is this time of the year. almost got over into my lane. Outdoor World Bass Pro Shop. There's actually a truck stop down there. They built a Love's down there too, which is weird. See there, you can see it. Pretty much does it for Little Rock. The next big city we'll go through will be Dallas, and that'll just be the east side of Dallas pretty much. We're gonna drop down around the east side there, so if we don't have any issues, we'll see you then. This ain't Dallas. I kind of forgot. Give a little bit of props to Texarkana here. If you're familiar with the Smokey and the Bandit movie, this is where they picked the beer up at. Texarkana, Texas. American flag. Another storm flag. I think that's what they are, storm flags. Alright, we got 161 miles to go to get to Dallas. About 4 hours of drive time left, so should be able to do that today. Gonna try and get as far as we can today, so big old Freightliner dealer. Try and get as far as we can today, so we should be able to squeeze Dallas into today's video, so we'll see you in Dallas. People ask me in the comments if the noise ever gets to me from the pipes, and the answer is yes. Right after we put this engine in, about a week afterwards, my bunk AC, not condenser, accumulator went out, and it was leaking the Freon out, so I had no AC for about a week and a half. And actually I take it back, I think it was 2.5 weeks. But anyway, they had to order the part, so while they were waiting for the part to come in, I just went back to work. It was going to only be 3 days to get the part in, but I said, nah, I'll just go back to work, because we had just put the engine in. So I went back to work, and I ran it for, I think it was 2.5, maybe 3 weeks with no AC. So I rode around a good portion of August and September like this. So if you've watched my videos, you know what it sounds like once that boost starts picking up. It starts getting pretty loud. So at one point in time, I came home and was sitting in my house for probably about an hour before my ears stopped ringing. So yes, there's a lot of times I've thought about putting a muffler on this truck, but it would just be one muffler in underneath, but still it has its moments. There's a nice ride. Just a lot of cattle land out here. Alright guys, we are, I don't know, you call it Dallas. People from Dallas would not call it Dallas. This is Rockwall, Texas. I'm assuming it was named Rockwall a long time ago because of this rock wall right here that splits the lake. We're about 10 miles from where we got to go down 635. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Beautiful day on the lake. Windy though. The water's choppy. This is where I like to be. Got a nice pocket in front of me. I got a nice pocket behind me. Pretty much all that traffic was in the 2-lane back there with me. Gets a little congested. Find a nice pocket and just hold the speed there. Don't catch nobody. Hopefully nobody catches you, which eventually somebody will catch you, but a big old Bass Pro Shops right over here off to the left. Looks like you're putting in some fill there. Building something. They said big old Bass Pro Shops. Right on the water. They're off in the distance talking somewhere. Might be catching them. Notice this pocket right here from me up to that pickup truck up there, so acceptable distance to maintain till we get off here in 3.5 miles. Traffic's not real tight, so that's the only problem. You gotta worry about people coming down the ramps. One thing about Texas, they do not like being passed by big trucks. This state, in general, is worse than any other state about being passed by a truck. Most of the time, the only reason why you catch a Texan, though, is because they're not paying attention. They don't realize they're going slower than the speed limit. But when a truck starts passing them, they realize it, and they speed up. a nice ride. I had a gentleman earlier going the other way asked me if I was recording today. So if you happen to be watching this, drop a comment, let me know who you are. We weren't in radio range very long, but we're making videos. We got 1.2 miles till we're getting off here. I can see I'm catching that roll off up there. See what I mean? Clear up alongside her, which she has no roof. That's funny. But anyway, truck is an indicator to them that they're going slower than the speed limit. And I can venture to guess, I'll put money on the fact she moves over and goes down 635. See? Told ya. No turn signals. But I mean, she's got a giant hole cut in the roof too, so. Ooh, underpass. And we're stopping for no reason. See that? No reason. This is another thing I like about Texas. I've always been a fan of Texas, but I like Texas. They came up with the idea to stack all their ramps. Their ramps don't back up nearly as much as some other states because they put them all their ramps in these little small spaces here. Beautiful Dallas day. Moving over here, these lanes all disappear up here anyway, so I don't know if you could hear that fluctuation or not. That's the bumps pulling my foot off the pedal. GPS is saying we got a delay. Less than 5 minutes and 59 miles, but we'll probably be done before then. Speed limit is 70 through this area. Just saying. All this traffic getting on and off, speed limit is 70. Texas has what they call feeder roads. That's one over there. They run parallel to the interstates. And, well, really any major highway. I mean, in any metropolitan area, even reasonably populated area, like at Fort Hood. When I was stationed at Fort Hood, which is Killeen, Texas, they have feeder roads there, and you get on and off. You run up the feeder road, and then the ramp just is real short right up onto the interstate. So people are already moving pretty good when they come up these ramps, and the same with going down the ramps. You can get off a little bit faster because you got a little more time to stop. Now, we don't have them right in through this area, but being 2 o'clock, I want to be south of Dallas before 3 o'clock, when everybody gets off work at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I love my 7 to 3 folks in the morning, but in the afternoon, whoo, we're in a hurry to get home. In the morning, they're the most relaxed people going to work, and there's seemingly fewer of them. The 6 to 7 rush hour is a great rush hour to be in. 8 to 9, not so much. 3 to 5, that's all one rush hour. That 2 hours, you take that, put it into one. From 3 to 5 in the afternoon, everybody's on their way home, and they are in a hurry to get there. Bella's telling me to shut up. You notice him right up alongside me, up and back and up and back. Oh, I figured one of them was coming out of there. sure it's an Amazon distribution center anyway. Some really nice trucks in there. They changed the name. Maybe one place went out of business. It's all aerodynamic trucks now. I used to spend a lot of time at those truck stops back there because I used to load out of Dallas, load yogurt and stuff right here in Dallas, and I would take it down to Houston, and then I would deadhead down to anywhere along the southern border there and load produce, coming back up, usually fruit of some sort, coming back up to the northeast somewhere, Pennsylvania, New York, stuff like that. Sheriff, truck driver slang. Empty container. Most people don't realize them things are only like 2,550 pounds empty. So a pickup hot shot, as we would call it, can haul it on a trailer. It's just big and wind dragging. Icy brake lights. Yeah, for 35E, as always. Back there gave me the lights, so we're gonna tell them thank you by flashing our lights and try and get stopped. Now what's gonna happen is, because of the traffic being backed up right here, people are going to come down that lane and they're going to want in. I know people do it. Every other truck. Oh, there's that liquid. If he was audible at all, I'd let you guys hear him, but I can't even understand him. 45,000 pounds from one end to the other. See, it's counterproductive. I know a lot of people do it. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. But if you go up there and you cut traffic off, all you're doing is slowing down the rest of the traffic. But hey, you got in front of everybody that was in line. in there before we get off right here. Turn the engine fan on, cool her down a little bit. We're up to 200 degrees here due to a lack of airflow, and it's up to 78 degrees outside. These earlier, saying that they don't back up traffic, but unfortunately when we get stopped at the base, that's what happens. He didn't have enough power to pull it. we came to a dead stop here at this construction zone, where in 1,000 feet we're losing the left lane. Figured I'd show you guys what it's like in a big truck in this situation. Now the signs are back a mile that say that the left lane is closed, just for a record. This guy was in the left or in the right lane. I just watched him move out of the right lane. Just saying. Just saying. Quite sure why we're stopped in the construction zone. As far as I know, all this construction's going on because they're making all of this multiple lanes in each direction. So I know some of you didn't come to hear me talk. I've read the comments. You could do without the commentary, but some people like the commentary. Clear that liquid. And the Jake brake for those of you that are here for it. We're south of Dallas now. There's not really anything out here. We're not all that far from the truck stop I want to stop at. One of them that I stop at is that sign right there. I don't know where I'm pointing because obviously I can't see the camera, but there's a sign right up there. Petro is there. For no reason. Down here, they did not have the restaurant at the Petro open yet. It had been shut down to the pandemic. So maybe we'll stop today and see if it's open. They have a nice sit-down restaurant. I like what's called the Iron Skillet. I don't know if you can read it on the sign right there. It's one of my favorite sit-down restaurants for truck stops anyway. Well, it is my favorite for truck stops that you can find on a regular basis. We'll stop and see if it's open. Jake brake? Sure. Oh, empty parking lot. 45 minutes left to drive, so if you guys would like to know about the hours of service in a video sometime, let me know. I will. Oh, we're gonna hear a bang. Nope, managed to keep it at the front of the trailer. I was trying to 2-foot brake. I was given some advice to 2-foot brake, and I can 2-foot brake in a car, but not in a truck so well, so. They used to make biodiesel here. That's what all that is right there. Willie Nelson used to own this place at one point in time. He actually, the story goes anyway, that he won it in a poker game against Carl. This is Carl's corner. They were friends. And he won it in a poker game. I don't think he owns it anymore. I call it, as you can see over there, the Bill Adder Stopping Center. He's not coming clear over. Alright, so the restaurant wasn't open. So there's no way to get any food there. So we're on our way down to the next truck stop, which is a TA, and another lane closure. And as you can see, the same thing going on. It's called stopping distance, folks. I need it. Once we get going is one thing. Texans are the most impatient drivers in the country. My experience. I don't do a lot west of I-35, so. Nicest people you'll ever talk to face to face. Rudest drivers on the road. And that's having dealt with New York City for 8 years. 45W, they run together right here. But this is my exit. Well, they have a restaurant, but the last I knew the restaurant's still closed. They got a Burger King. Center. Bang. There's a special treat for you. Windmill blades. Oversized load. Over 100 feet long. That trailer shrinks up when they don't have a blade on there. Guys around with me here, see if we can find a parking place. A suitable parking place, I guess I should say. And that's going to be it right there. And I'll tell you why I picked it, because I can pull in and I can back straight out. And I am short enough with a 40-foot tank that I don't hang out. For any truck drivers out there, and we're ending with 30 minutes left to drive. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Oh, look at that scenery out there. Alright, that's definitely it for today's video. I'm going to start editing yesterday's footage and try and get it up for Monday's upload. I'm going to try and do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I may throw in a couple other small ones because I got some short stuff that I filmed a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, 3 weeks ago or so. A couple months actually. I bought something I'd like to share with you guys. So gonna try and get some footage edited. There's no cell phone service here, so I won't get anything uploaded, but today's Friday. No, today's Thursday, excuse me. I uploaded yesterday's video today, or tomorrow's video today, excuse me. So we're gonna shoot for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I might do tomorrow's video on the thing that I bought, and we'll see what you guys think of that, and see if you'd like to see some content on that. And that's gonna be it. So keep a shiny side up, rubber on the ground, and safe travels. We'll see you in the next one.